So KidRobot has revealed through Earth Entertainment's pre-order website plans for a Transformers versus GI Joe vinyl series of merchandise, not just one off kind of thing. Now, the Transformers versus GI Joe direction that they're going with this series of figures is based off of the recent IDW comic book that was done stylized by Tom I always pronounce his name wrong. It's Scioli, I think it is, or Scioli. He does a very interesting 80s stylistic kind of style, very Jack Kirby. And they're basing these figures and this whole merchandise line off of that specific miniseries of comics. And what it is it's essentially KidRobot. With people who are not familiar with KidRobot, it's similar to Loyal Subjects or a lot of these other kind of blind pack, chibi, small SD kind of figure design. But with KidRobot, what they do is they'll do 4-inch blind packs, then they'll do 4 packs that are not blind packed but of different figures. Then they'll do specific figures and take that mold and blow it up and make it a 7-inch scale. I'm familiar with KidRobot specifically because they did a whole Mega Man line of these, and they did the exact same thing. They did blind packs, they did 7-inch scale ones. So I ended up with a whole bunch of Proto Man stuff off of my namesake. So, but what we have here that's been shown to us thus far, they're just showing the essentially just like how the marketing is going to work. So you're going to have the blind pack figures, then you're going to have the 4 packs, then you're going to have the 6-inch, then you're going to have the same thing. They're going to take the mold from those blind packs, shrink them down, do little keychain versions, which will also be blind packed. Then they'll do enamel pins using like just flats of the images essentially for pins and stuff. And they showed just the base, what they have planned more or less using that first set of blind pack figures. They have Scarlet, they have Optimus Prime, they have a repaint of Optimus Prime that's very reminiscent of Toxitron, but it's more based off of something that happened in the Transformers vs. G.I. Joe comic. They're Starscream, Wheeljack, Megatron, Bumblebee, Destro, Cobra Commander, Baroness, Bazooka, Crimson Guard, Hawk, General Hawk specifically, Grimlock, G2 Grimlock, which is a repaint also, Shockwave, Snake Eyes, and Soundwave. And that's the basics of the blind packs. Then they're going to do 4 packs, and these 4 packs, the way that they're being advertised, it looks like they're just going to probably pick 4 characters that make sense and put them together. The 7-inch line, which isn't blind packed, is usually they only pick 1 or 2 characters. So in this case, it's probably going to be Megatron and Optimus. And same thing, they're probably going to take Starscream, Cobra Commander. Yeah, Starscream's not too far off. Cobra Commander and I don't know, maybe Destro on the G.I. Joe side of things. Maybe Scarlet, not sure yet. And then it's as you go through, it's a lot of repeats of the other stuff. The enamel pins is using those same characters, except you'll also have Autobot and Decepticon logos, keychains. It's something that right now it's just being shown for pre-orders in the early stages and letting you know what characters exist. But it will be blind packed. It will be expensive. I know for a fact that the 7-inch figures, it's a vinyl figure that has 2 points of articulation, maybe 3, which is usually the at the shoulders for the arms and the head turns. You're talking $45 to $50 American for a very simple figure. These are the vinyl kind of stuff, which is more of a hipster kind of collectible market. Yeah. Anyone who collects the Loyal Subject Transformer stuff is already very familiar with how much of a headache that kind of stuff is. I wouldn't be surprised if that G2 Grimlock in this assortment here is going to be the chase figure, which is like, from the Loyal Subjects one, I even have a chase figure Jazz that didn't even make any sense. It was like a black and gold repaint.
Yeah.
Like they did a lot of...
Not even Stepper? It's not Stepper?
No, exactly. It wasn't Stepper. It was like a black and gold repaint. They were just like, whatever, black and gold Jazz, sure, but not Stepper. Like, it was weird.
Okay.
So yeah, KidRobot has this coming. Doesn't have a release date yet. It just shows just for retailers. Here's what we got planned. Here's how the assortments work. I'll post the images in the YouTube group, and you guys can take a look.